Alright, Jake is doing a dynamic hamstring stretch. The goal is to keep your knees straight as possible and walk through, kicking up. If at first you can't, your legs are really tight, don't worry about trying to touch your toes and progress yourself to higher. Jake is now showing us how to do a quadricep dynamic stretch, which is very similar to a butt kick. Jake is stretching his hip flexor with a mini lunge dynamically, and you want to just kind of really lean forward into it to stretch out the back leg. This is a hip extensor, knee to chest stretch. This is the dynamic calf stretch. Just walking on your heels. And then he's going to show how to stretch the front of your shin by walking on your toes or your tip. Jake is showing the hip abductor with doing a karaoke, really pulling that leg over when crossing over to help stretch. Bring the top leg over to stretch, just like karaoke. This is the lunge with ab stretch. You want to lunge down and then stretch back. And you can walk straight ahead with each step with this.
It was at that Welcome Inn. It's Motel 6 now. It used to be Welcome Inn.
There we go. Jake is showing a simple, just a quick stretch of the neck. You want to just go in a nice easy motion, one side to the other. Don't snap your neck, just go nice and easy, but just a very slow, controlled movement. Jake is showing shoulder stretches. He's doing small counterclockwise and clockwise circles. You want to have your palms facing flat, up and out. And you want to do big and small. Keeping your posture upright, your head upright, in order to help with your posture.
Jake is demonstrating a standing quad stretch, utilizing the wall if needed for balance. Stretching both sides, keeping knee in line with your torso, not out to the side, pulling foot up to your butt. Jake is demoing a hip flexor stretch with use of a pillow in a lunge position. Wanting to keep the right leg at 90, stretch should occur in the front of the rear leg, the one you're kneeling on. Making sure you're maintaining midline, squeezing your bottom, keeping your core nice and tight. And make sure to do both sides. Jake is demoing an adductor stretch. Jake is stretching his left side as he's leaning towards his right, maintaining toes straight ahead, knees straight ahead. Stretch should occur on the inside of your thigh. Jake is showing a gastroc or calf stretch using a towel or belt. Securing your belt or towel around your toe, maintaining your straight knee, and then pulling back with your ankle. Should feel a stretch in the back of your calf or your lower leg. Jake is demonstrating a hamstring stretch with a towel wrapped around his foot, and then as he's laying, he pulls his foot up, trying to attempt to bring his foot towards his head. Motion should occur at the hip with the knee straight, and then the stretch should occur in the back of the thigh. If you're unable to straighten your knee fully with this stretch, perform the stretch with your knee bent and attempting to straighten your leg. Jake is demonstrating a piriformis or hip abductor stretch, stretching into his butt muscles, pulling the hip or his knee across his body, moving up towards his opposite shoulder. Stretch should occur in the hip. Try not to over rotate where your lower back comes off of the table or the ground as you're doing this. Jake is demonstrating a child's play stretch. This is for the lats and outside shoulders, outside core. Hips back on your heels, sitting back, and then reaching either to the side or straight out in front for a stretch of the obliques, lats, and trapezius. Jake is demonstrating an ab stretch or for back extension. This one, your hips should stay starting on the ground, legs straight, pressing up, trying to keep your pelvis down on the floor. Stretch should occur in your stomach muscles. You should not have any pain in your lower back. Jake is demonstrating a chest stretch performed in the corner of a room. Would be careful with this one if you do have any shoulder issues or anything as far as rotator cuff issues, things of that sort. This should be a very gentle stretch. Elbows should be level with the shoulders, hands in a Y position, and then leaning in towards the corner. Stretch should occur in your chest. It should not occur in the front of the shoulder, as this means checking your positioning, make sure you're not overstretching. Jake is demonstrating a wall calf stretch, placing the foot on the wall or step, and then leaning forward, making sure not to have the heel leave the floor. Leaning forward, this stretch should be in the back of the lower leg.
Some simple stretches and exercises.
Jake is demonstrating an upper trap stretch, placing the affected side arm behind his back, and then stretching across using his other arm. Stretch should be on the side of the neck out to the shoulder. Be careful not to overstretch. Just a gentle pull on the side of the head. Making sure to keep your head facing straight ahead and not turn to the side, and make sure to pull straight ear to shoulder.